I'm Holly and welcome to my channel, Holly Go Read. Today we're going to be doing a brand new book tag created by Jess Reads Books called the Tropes Book Tag. Alrighty, and if you want to watch her original video, I'm going to link that down in the description. Go watch it. It was really cute. I really liked it. Big shout out to her for creating the tag. It was a lot of fun. So for each trope, she created a sort of question or category to go along with it. So let's dive in. The first trope was hopelessly devoted. So for that one, she wanted two characters from separate series that you ship. So Leo Valdez from the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan and Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. The reason I kind of ship those two, Leo has his own magic that I think Hermione would find fascinating, and I think Leo would just fall in love with how brainy and wonderful Hermione is. So I can see it and I can ship it. The second one is Damsel in Distress. Hey, so Damsel in Distress, name a female main character who didn't need a man to complete her. And for that one, we're going old school. I'm saying Jo March from Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Jo did not need a man for her storyline to work. Now, she did get Friedrich Bär, who love him. I'm going to have a video later on about why Friedrich is goals. Be looking out for that. But yeah, so for mine, Jo was so strong and independent. She knew what she wanted. She wasn't afraid to go after it. I respect that, and I respect her as a character. Alrighty, so love at first sight. Name your OTP. And that is going to be Rose and Dimitri from Vampire Academy. Now, some people might have a problem with this OTP. It's a little bit like Arya and Ezra from Pretty Little Liars, technically. He was her teacher, technically. She was underage, but I'm going to overlook that because those two belong together. Sorry. It wasn't as creepy an age difference, okay? I don't think. They're still my ship. They're still my OTP. I love them. I love those books. They're still my guilty pleasure. No shame. So number 4, mental illness as a quirk. This one just really shouldn't be a trope. It's really uncomfortable, and I feel like just leads to like a lot of really bad representations of mental illness. So one of the few that I've actually enjoyed was Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Now, one of the reasons why this was handled so well is because John Green himself suffers from OCD, so it is an own voices book. So just like a lot of other people who've enjoyed this book for that reason, I also enjoyed it. I have somebody in my life who is clinically OCD, and I felt like I could really see the world through his eyes through this book. So thank you, John Green, so much for writing that and for being honest to what it is to have a mental illness. So again, love this book. And number 5, The Chosen One. This one has appeared a lot, but for our book tag here, The Chosen One, we want to name a character that did or almost did ruin a series for you. Now, I'm gonna get some hate for this one. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I've seen a lot of booktube videos about how this book is awful, but I know this book is fairly popular, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Feyre from A Court of Thorns and Roses. I can't stand her. There were several times where I almost DNF'd that book, and even further on into the series, I still didn't like her. I actually DNF'd the 3rd book. I think probably the 2nd was my favorite, if you're gonna have a more like my least not favorite. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to hear the whole rant review on that, you know, if I get enough comments saying, you know, rant about it, maybe I'll do it. If you feel like there are enough rant reviews about ACOTAR, then that's fine too. But anyway, Feyre, she didn't want to listen to anybody. They'd tell her not to do the thing for her own good, and she'd do the thing anyway, with, you know, just making her own life worse. And that, you know, wasn't appealing to me, especially when they prop her up as this really smart, really strong character. Just not my cup of tea. Again, if you want to see the full rant, I can rant for you. Alrighty, number 6, Friends to Lovers. Love this one. I have the biggest Ducky complex on the planet. If you don't know who Ducky is, watch Pretty in Pink. It's a John Hughes film from the 1980s. Ducky is the main character, played by Molly Ringwald's best friend. A lot of people don't know this. In the original, Molly Ringwald's character was supposed to end up with Ducky, and that ending would have been a lot better. I have a Ducky complex, I'll admit it. A lot of times the friend one is the one you should have picked in the love triangle. Anyway, I digress. Name a duo that went from friendship goals to relationship goals. And we're going super old school again on this one, and I'm going to say Emma by Jane Austen. So Emma and Knightley were friendship goals. I mean, they were friends for years and years and years because their family properties were right next to each other. And they had this beautiful mentor-mentee relationship at sometimes friendship, and they got married. It was great. Also might be slightly colored by how much I love Clueless, which is based on Emma. But yes, if you've never seen Clueless, also go watch it. Okay, Amnesia, because we all love that trope. Name a book you would forget for one reason or another, and that's going to be Me Before You by Jojo Myers. I won't make any secret that I did not like this book. For the same reasons that most other people didn't like this book. It's very ableist. There was only one ending that was possible. The sexual assault storyline never really clicked for me. It didn't work for me. It's just one of those things like, I could have watched the movie trailer and just been fine. And so yeah, for that reason, I would just like to forget that I read it. Okay, Bad Boys. Yeah, love a bad boy. But anyway, name your favorite villain. So this one is not in any way original. I'm sorry. Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I hate this woman. Hate her. Now, I'm not alone in hating her. She's probably, I would argue, more hated than Voldemort. And one of the reasons why I think she gets so much of that hatred is you're not gonna run into a Voldemort in your everyday life. It's just not going to happen. But Umbridge is a supremely human character. You can pick her out in reality. She just, nobody likes her, but she is a conceivable villain in our everyday life. So that's why I pick her. Number 9, missing parents or adults. So this is a big thing in YA, that the parents are either never there or they're just really terrible. So for this one, we're supposed to name a book that could have benefited from a bit of parental guidance or adult supervision. For that one, I'm gonna go ahead and say Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. If you've never read this book, it is based on a character named Caitlin, and she starts a relationship with this boy named Rogerson. He's a drug dealer, but he also goes to this really expensive preppy, or not preppy, but prep school. He's your classic bad boy, but in the way that he is actually truly bad. If you don't want spoilers, go ahead and fast forward until I put the book down. Rogerson becomes very possessive and jealous, and this becomes an abusive relationship where he does actually hit her over and over and over again over the course of many months. Eventually, her parents do find out because he's literally beating her within an inch of her life in her front yard. There were so many times that I was screaming at the book for her to just tell her mom. She could have told somebody. There was so many times where an adult could have and should have been told. Now, I understand the psychology of an abusive relationship. Sometimes you feel like you can't tell them over and over again, it fits the pattern of an abusive relationship. He beats her and then, tells her he loves her, you made me do this because of your behavior, all of that. I don't accept that. Abusive relationships are absolutely in no way okay. This book is very telling about what it is to be in an abusive relationship, but definitely could have and would have benefited from her simply going to an adult. Alrighty, so that was the last question in our Tropes Book Tag. Thank you again so much to Jess Reads Books for creating this tag. If you like my video, go ahead and subscribe. Got a lot more fun content coming. Something to look for here towards the end of Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm going to be doing a wrap-up of all the books that I've been reading for Hispanic Heritage Month, all by Hispanic or Latinx authors. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Holly, and go read.